Like and subscribe on the way in the door, my people. I hope you all are having a truly fantastic day today. I hope you all have the day off, and I hope you all are getting to spend the day with your families. So on that note, before we get started, I figured I'll do a couple of shorter videos today. These are not going to be long videos, but as I like to do on Mondays, let me thank everybody during the week who gave super thanks. First, at G the Great One with the $2 super thanks. He says, thank you for the content, uncommon sense. The Lakers are definitely better without LeBron. They should have traded him for another guy with a comparable salary this past summer. He stands around on defense and takes several bad shots on offense. LeBron does not make the difference anymore. He's way too dependent on the talent around him to carry him over the top. Can you make a video explaining how MJ was the difference? Jordan could have easily been 4-2 or 3-3 in the finals, but he always figured out a way to win. For example, in the 93 finals, he had to average an all-time high 41 points just to win that series. Those games were close, and Pippen wasn't capable of putting up those numbers to assist him. In the 98 finals, Pippen's back went out, and Rodman disappeared in the series and ended up being benched. Jordan had to pull off a miracle to win Game 6. I still maintain that if the series goes back to Utah for Game 7, the Bulls most likely lose. They couldn't even hear the plays that were being called due to the noise in the building. In the 97 finals, Jordan had to hit a buzzer beater in Game 1, and he also had to come through in the clutch in Game 5 with the flu. In the 96 finals, the Bulls were dealing with a lot of injuries. These final series were not a foregone conclusion. Jordan had to earn them by showing up to play and leading his team regardless of circumstances. Something the deer knows nothing about. Facts, and more facts. And yeah, absolutely. I'll put that video on the list. Matter of fact, anybody who has requested videos, I know I've been kind of slow getting to them. Hopefully, I would say in January, I'm going to make it a point to try to get to a lot of the requests that's been given so far. But yeah, I'll put this one on the list. Shout out to at G the Great One for always supporting the channel. You are greatly appreciated. Next, we got at Snug Chamberlain 9986. Again, I love that name. Comes through with the $5 super thanks, and he says, thanks. Please do a video on how Carmelo Anthony was cheated out of the Rookie of the Year due to the NBA catering to LeBron and LaMedia. Absolutely. That video is actually already on my list. So yeah, I'll definitely try to get to that sometime soon. Again, shout out to at Snug Chamberlain 9986. Okay, another one from at G the Great One. Comes through with the $5 super thanks. It says, this channel helped reset the GOAT discussion in the right direction and prove LeBron doesn't belong in it and MJ stands alone at the top. Great work, uncommon sense, and keep bringing pain and punishment to the fanboys. you know that's what I'm here for. That is what I'm here to do. Nothing brings me more joy than to twist the knife in the already foregone conclusion. But shout out to at G the Great One again. Shout out to at the Titan Born for the $5 super thanks. And he says, probably your best video overall. So many gems dropped. I greatly appreciate the information about Burr and the analysis of greatness. Keep it coming at the CFL. Happy holidays. Same back to you. And he was responding to my LeBron James doesn't have GOAT DNA video. Again, shout out to at the Titan Born. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. And shout out to at Vernon Lee Warren 280 for the $5 super thanks, and he just simply says thanks. That was on my Wilt Chamberlain and Michael Jordan, the two greatest athletes video. Shout out to Vernon Lee Warren, constant supporter of the channel. Can't thank you enough. And last but not least, shout out to at Ed Malone 7374 with the $25 super thanks. And he says, as soon as I heard the intro followed by like and subscribe on your way in the door, my peoples, I already know it's going to be a great show. Keep doing what you do, my brother. We need the chorus of truth to grow louder and stronger. At Ed Malone 7374, thank you so much. Can't thank you enough. And indeed, you know, I will definitely keep doing this as long as they are out there telling outright lies and revisionist history. Again, you know, on this channel, I'm not saying I'm always right, but I will say I always give my 100% honest opinion. And I am definitely invested in not letting them rewrite history. You know, not letting them trash the older players, not letting them trash the legacy of Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, and the greats, and especially during the era, you know, that I grew up in. But even the players that I didn't see, you know, like I said, I got great respect for the players of the past. But anyway, thanks again at Ed Malone 7374. You'll greatly appreciate it. All right, let's get into this video. This video is not going to be a long video. So let's talk about it. You see the title. They lie about Kobe Bryant in order to prop up LeBron James. And this is going to be a quick video, but this was I decided to do this video because the other day I was watching the Lakers in 2009 in the playoffs versus the Utah Jazz. And we all know Kobe Bryant was lighting it up during that series. He was lighting it up during that playoff run, I would say. But during the series, I believe it was Reggie Miller commentating the game. And he said something to the effect of, this is why Kobe Bryant is the best player in the league, because he puts in the work. Now, this is 2009, my people. Contrary to the narrative that the media, the Unclutch Sports, and you fanboys like to put out as if LeBron James was the best player in the league almost as soon as he entered the league. It's totally ridiculous. Like, we who watch Kobe Bryant's career know better. You know, I've heard some of these fanboys say that Kobe was never the best player in the league. Again, those of us who watch Kobe, we know that during Kobe's back-to-back championship, it was Kobe Bryant who was being compared to Michael Jordan, not LeBron James. And Kobe wasn't being compared to Mike because of his play style. He was being compared to Mike in terms of greatness. Kobe was the one, not LeBron James. Kobe was the last of the Warriors holding the league to a certain standard. He was the last one. Like, LeBron James came into the league, and he was the beginning of the Barbie era. However, because Kobe Bryant was in the league, Kobe was still kind of offsetting the negative effects of LeBron because Kobe was still holding the league to a standard. You know, going back and watching the 2009 finals run for the Lakers, to me, I would say, you know, 2009, 2010 was the last of what felt like true playoff runs. It's like nowadays, the regular season feels like AAU and the playoffs feels like the regular season in terms of intensity. And again, this is why we talk about the eye test so much on this channel, because I feel like if you watch Kobe Bryant play, it was clear to see that Kobe was the best player in the league. Like, you did not need stats to tell you this. Like, Kobe controlled the game in a way that LeBron James never could have. That LeBron James, to this date, still cannot do. Like, Kobe was able to impose his will on the game in a way that LeBron James has never been able to. Kobe had an arsenal of moves that made him more dependable for a bucket than LeBron James ever has been. I mean, if you go back and watch that series, like Kobe was hitting shots that LeBron James could only dream of hitting in his wildest dreams. And here's the thing about Kobe. Like, Kobe would get on these tears where he just couldn't miss. There has never been a time when I was watching LeBron James where I had that feeling. Like, this guy just can't miss. Like, he couldn't miss if he tried. Like, and I'm not saying there hadn't been times when I watched LeBron, again, during 2013, 2012, 2013. There wasn't times when I was watching LeBron that I wasn't like, hey, this guy's is balling out here. But there has never been a time where I watched LeBron James and felt like this guy can't miss. Like, this guy is otherworldly right now. Never been a time. Not one time. Not one series. There's never been a time where I watched LeBron James where I felt like this guy is dominating the series with his will. Not dominating because he's putting up a bunch of points, but where you felt like LeBron James is imposing his will on the series. Singularly. Because if you want to bring up 2016, then you have to bring up Kyrie Irving. Because he was arguably just as great as LeBron in that series. So yeah, but anyway, like I said, this is not going to be a long video. But like I said, when I heard Reggie Miller say that this is why Kobe Bryant is the best player in the league, because he puts in the work, it just reminded me that, people try to pretend like LeBron James has been the best player in the league for a lot longer than that has actually been the case. And you fanboys like to tell outright lies and say Kobe was never viewed as the best player in the league. Kobe was never compared to Jordan like that. Totally ridiculous. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. As a matter of fact, I would like to know from you guys, when do you think LeBron actually had a legitimate case for being the best player in the league? What year would you say that started? Because to me, I would say legitimately it was around 2013. I would say after that season is when he had a legitimate case for that. But not before then. It was still Kobe Bryant. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. You all have a truly fantastic day, and I will see you next time. All right.